What is going on, everybody? McLaren's Peach Shop World Champion coming at you, and we're here with Buggy, a deck that's actually kind of nuts now with the new starter deck. So we're gonna dive into that, and yeah, Buggy's like great. Buggy is really, really strong. I'm running just all the kind of default cross guild stuff, and then I got the peel off in here, so nothing like fancy, but just messing around with everything. And yeah, the deck is crazy now. This card right here, the Croc and Mihawk, is you get this on the board, you're probably getting to Buggy. Like, it's so easy to get things set up, and it is just super, super strong. And Shoe Buggy is actually nuts too. This card just locks out your opponent's board, and then Shoe Buggy with Mihawk is such an insane combo. Being able to drop this, and then especially if you're going up against any aggro decks, 3 and 4 cost characters can't attack, and then you get a 7k blocker on the field as well. And then that makes your opponent have to then decide to either load up leader, or if they continue to try to build their board, then you just get the free block. So pretty much the game plan is to get things set up. Obviously turn 2 still a weakness for Buggy. That's why I got 3 peel-offs in here, and then I have the additional searches. So pretty much the first couple turns you want the searches to get going, and then you just need to find your combos with Croc and Mihawk, and then any of these. And then the same with Buggy, Mihawk here, or even this Croc. Obviously this one doesn't come up as much anymore because this one is just so much better. But overall game plan, turn 3. You want to go first with Buggy because of the new cards here, the 4 drops, because they give +1 cost. So if you're able to go first, drop this there on turn, get your character set up for turn 4 and stuff, and then turn 5, if needed, you can drop one of these and then still bring in Buggy, which is pretty cool. But yeah, kind of turn 3, want to drop Croc, Mihawk, Shoe Buggy, get 2 set up, even this one, 2 characters on board. Turn 4 is the tricky turn. You want to do the same thing, but then you don't attack with the characters that you have on the board. You do not want to attack turn 4 with any of your characters because you don't want to risk them getting attacked and removed. And then yeah, turn 5, as long as everything stays chill on the board, again, with this Croc and Mihawk, pretty good chances that it will, because you once per turn can keep anything there. Turn 5, you should be able to drop Buggy here, and then you're cooking. There's not a lot of decks that can handle like the straight setup that you can get with all these cards. Is nuts, because then you just, as soon as that hits, you just start teeing off on them, and then you again, not only do you get to bottom deck one of their characters, you then have a 12k hitter on the board for 5 Dawn. It's nuts. But yeah, having fun with this. Very excited. And the good news, this deck is like insanely cheap. If you got the starter deck, you just need a couple other cards, and they're like pretty much for a penny, some of them. So it's a very, very cheap deck. I definitely recommend if you like Buggy. And yeah, it's a really, really fun deck to use. All right, we got the Luffy. This got the starter deck upgrade. We'll go here. We'll keep this because we got 3 searches here, so we can kind of get things going for us there. So drop Mr. 3. We need Croc and Mihawk right there. That's our main card. Drop this down. Out of the stuff here, I guess we could grab, because I do need a combo for this, but we could also do this here first. So here, we'll grab 1 Buggy for later. And then next turn, we'll see what we kind of get going there. So, they drop down the Nika Robin. But pretty much, we're just weathering the storm. Ooh, we get the Shoe Buggy. Okay, that could be coming handy. Then, alright, we draw Buggy, which I don't super need there. Out of this, we have Mihawk. Because next turn, I could go... We'll either go, yeah, Croc into here, or I could go Shoe Buggy into the Mihawk. I'm gonna go Shoe Buggy here, and then I'll attack him 5. All right, and then we'll get a card back here with Mr. 3. We'll attack him here. All right, cool. Well, we get 2. That's pretty huge for us for later. And then yeah, I'm fine with this. What do we got here? They're dropping another Nika Robin already. And then, yeah, that's why I'm going to make the Shoe Buggy play, so they can't just start stacking Dawn on these Nika Robins and attack us. So, alright. Looks like they don't have anything to play there. We'll put 1 here then. Attack him again. 6 on 5. Alright, so they do that. We get a trash card from our hand. Honestly, probably I don't need both buggies, so we'll trash this here. We'll play this and then play Mihawk. Get some card filtering going. And then out of our options here, I don't need both of these, so we can trash that. So, alright. So yeah, again, Shoe Buggy can't attack, but it makes all 3 and 4 cost characters unable to attack, which is pretty cool. So we're able to mess around with that there, and then again, now we just gotta weather the storm with stuff here, and we'll be chilling on the front there. All right, we'll trash this one, play this one, select a card to trash. Could hold on to this one just in case. So we'll trash this, and then we can play this here. Alrighty, and then I'll go. So we'll load up here, attack them 8 on 5, and yeah, see what they do here. So do both of that there. I could make a play next turn because it could attack here, but normally how you play, you just leave the board kind of chilling with building everything up, and then next turn we can drop Buggy, get rid of anything. So they're going Gum Gum Lightning, but because we have Croc and Mihawk once per turn, character effects, we can do yeah, this here, use a card action, and then we'll trash that there. So able to keep our characters on the board here, and then again, this is why we drop the Shoe Buggy. So stuff like that. Shoe Buggy, 3 and 4 cost characters cannot attack. So we're able to mess around with that there, which is cool. I'll take this one, and then we can block with Mihawk and use some counter here. They're leaving up 2, so they're going 11 on 5. We'll just do this, and then I'll just do this 9, 11. Just do that there. Alrighty, cool. And then yeah, with our stuff here, we can trash a card. We can trash, yeah, this here. We'll play this out, get rid of that there. So don't have to worry about any of the shenanigans there. And then yeah, I guess with our stuff, we'll attack them 7 on 5. They're leaving 1 up, and then I'll load up here, and then we'll force out. Make them play the Gum Gum Giant. If they have it, maybe they don't. All right. So yeah, there we go there. And then again, this is pretty much how you build things up. Buggy's on the board. We got a blocker. Croc can protect the blocker from getting removed. It's very, this card is just nuts. It's so good. So very pleased with that. Use card action. We can trash Buggy here again. Again, once per turn, we're able to do this. So all right, they spammed. Hit it twice. Okay. We'll see what they're going for, I guess. So 7 on 5. All right, we'll just take it. Doesn't super matter here. With our stuff, they have 2 cards, so we can just do this. Even if they have Gum Gum Giant, they have to yeah take something there, and then we can drop Buggy on them. 12 on 5, and this deck be zipping now. With again, you get the setup. It's nuts. Shoe Buggy is actually a crazy card with being able to lock out your opponents from being able to just do so much stuff. And then, yeah, obviously you just build up, get Buggy on the board, and then you're good to go. All right, we got our boy, Green Yellow Law here. Don't have any searches or anything there. So we'll just drop this down. We do have a peel off for next turn, and then we can make our potential plays and stuff here. So, all right, they grab that there. We'll swing, attack him here. Alrighty, they take that. We'll hit peel off. We get 2 of the same Crocs there. Okay. So we'll, yeah, they hit the Bonnie, get that going into Cav, the maximum roll there. So Cav out, get 2, redropping Kid and Killer, and then they're getting the Capone. All right. If I would take this one. See if we can get anything kind of going for us there. And all right, looks like the game wants us to play around Shoe Buggy today. So we'll do that there, just because I don't have one of our good 4-drops to go with our stuff here. So, alright, they decide to sack their stuff there. So we'll get rid of this shoe buggy to play this one into Mihawk. Get a draw, and then trash a card. This will trash. I'll hold on to that just in case, and then we'll trash this here. So, alright. Get this going. So they're at 6. They have Cav on the board. We're just going to have to live with it. And then, so we can build up to the buggy here. Get things going. But, yeah, we got both of these on the board. Again, next turn, ideally, get something else we can play. And then mess around with our stuff there. So I'll go no. Then we just block this one. And then depending on what they play out, obviously we have the Mihawk block to just block leader if they don't put on at least 2 Dawn for their leader to attack. But yeah, next turn we'll be at 7. Probably need to drop the search, try to find something for the Mihawk here. And then we'll go play around with that. We'll just block this. So we can do that there. We'll drop down the law blocker already. See what they play out. But yeah, next turn I'll probably just put some Dawn on, attack this here, get things going there, and then we can just ride around, try to get some cards out of the hand and stuff like that. So, alrighty, we'll drop this down, see what we can find here. Guess we'll go that there. Alrighty, so trash a card from our hand. I guess we can get rid of this. Do this. We can play this out. Select one to trash. Alright, trash another one of those there. Where are we at with Dawn and stuff? Alright, let's play this out. Draw 3. Get a trash 2. Probably do this one and probably hold on to peel off. And then we can do this since we have all their stuff there. Alright, we'll put this one on here. Just attack them here. 6 on 6. Just to get a card out. Doesn't really matter because again they have the blocker set up too. So we can mess around with stuff there. And alright. So we'll see what they do here. Dropping down law. So yeah, refilling there. Then yeah, this next turn we can start teeing off on some of their stuff. We have peel off for next turn as well, so we can do that. If I'm taking this one, see what they do with the other 2. Obviously we have this Mihawk, so we can make him play, do some blocking. They're dropping down a poo. I guess they're gonna bounce this back to play somebody. So alright, they're playing out Bonnie. Seem to freeze a Dawn. Yeah. Isn't that the situation here? You know what? We'll take this one. We'll just do that. Obviously, this will go back to their life. But I can start teeing off on their board and stuff a little bit here. So we have 8. So I could play peel off to draw a couple cards as well. Alright, so we'll trash one from our hand. What do we want to get rid of? Guess get rid of this, and then again, because we have the board built with 5 drops, we can drop this over this here. Let's just send this back to the life, so we don't have to worry about any big hitters. Alrighty, and then attack them 5. See what they do. It's pretty much just try to get some cards out of their hand, and then I'll probably just load up. Might put one on. We could attack this here. Try to get rid of some blockers, some blocky boys. So, alright, they do that. Alrighty, so then, yeah, we'll attack this here. 7 on 6. Alright, and then we'll put 3 on here. Attack him 8 on 6. see what they do. If we can get cards out of their hand, then we're good. We get them sack the Capone already. And then, yeah, now we got Buggy on the board. We can start teeing off. Obviously, I can play around a handful of stuff. So they're dropping down a Hody. Okay. All right. So put 2 on, 8 on 5. Well, if I get them to go for it, I guess we can just in turn it around. Get them to play we can play around that way, I guess. We block this here. So they're putting 2 on. Okay. Let's see what they do. Putting 1 on there. All right, we'll go no. We can do this and this. And then they're putting the 2 there. We can go this and this. So there we go. Able to get them to commit into going for it with our stuff. And then, yeah, next turn we would have just attacked them straight up and gone for the game. Again, we need to send a law here. Able to do that. And then, yeah, mess around with all the stuff here. So, yeah, they didn't have enough stuff there. But, yeah, there we go. Again, just build up. Withstand the storm, and then once you get Buggy up, you kind of go for it.